Okay, now I'm going to show installing Manjaro using the Architect version. So, like I said, boot up in the non-free version. I am running this off of my SSD this time instead of the mechanical drive for this, so it should load a lot faster for this video. Let's go ahead and Manjaro Architect. I would like it in English. Okay. I would like to prepare the installation. I would like to partition the disk, that hard drive, do automatic partitioning. Yes, it is okay that it will. Yes, I will proceed with that. Back. Now let's go down to mount partitions. I would like to mount this as the root partition. Install it as ext4. Yes. That is okay. That is okay. I would like to create a swap file. That amount is okay. I am done. Select the UEFI partition, that partition. Okay. Now I would like to, let's see, go back, go to install desktop system, install Manjaro desktop. I would install the Yay and base dev level and the newest Linux 5.5 kernel. And then here's where you can actually choose your desktop environment. So if you decided, even though you're using the KDE installer, you didn't want KDE and you wanted to do XFCE, you could do that here. But for this video, I am doing it with KDE. But the other steps would be the same after this. Okay. Would I like to install any additional packages? No, I don't want to at this time. What would I like to install? I would like to install the full version. Okay, now that that's finally finished, it's asking what I want to do for the display driver. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to auto install the proprietary drivers, which, since I'm in a virtual machine, it is installing the VirtualBox and VM tools. But if you're running it on a physical machine, it would install like the NVIDIA drivers and stuff. Now I would like to install the bootloader. I will use grub. And yes, I would like to install the UEFI bootloader grub. Yes, I would like to set that as the default bootloader. Now then we go down to configure base. Let's generate the FS, the file system tab thing, the device device, that sounds good. Set the host name. I'm going to call this Manjaro VM. Set the system location, en, English _ US dot ETF. That's what's automatically chosen for me. That's what I want. Yes. Set the desktop keyboard layout. Well, I am in the United States, so let's scroll down and choose the US keyboard layout. Set the time zone and clock. I am in America, and I am actually pretty close to Chicago in Central Time, so I would choose that. That is okay. UTC time is okay. Set the root administrator password. Now I will add my user. I will create myself. I would like to use bash and enter in the password for myself. Now we go back. System tweaks. I would like to enable auto login. I don't want hibernation. Those other things are fine. That looks like everything back. Don't need anything else done. Would I like to enclose the installer? Yes. Do I want to save the log? Sure, why not? Now I can go ahead and reboot the computer now that it is done with that install. And I will go ahead and remove the drive from the computer. Here we go. It is at the login screen. I'm going to go ahead and enter in my login password. And of course, yeah, it's saying because I have VirtualBox, it can do window resizing. So if I go ahead and reopen it, I think it's okay. I guess it's not going to auto expand it. It should have expanded it to fill my screen, but it didn't want to. The Manjaro hello. Well, I don't really want to see that every time it starts up, so I'm going to turn that off and close it. And now if I go ahead, open up the terminal and do an LSB _ release -a, you'll see that we are running the newest 19.0 Kira version. And if I do a sudo pacman update check, you'll see that there are no updates available because we did everything as a net install. So we are up and ready to go now. But one thing I always like to do is, because I don't like the default KDE menu, I right click, go to show alternatives, and choose this application menu, which looks like this. Next thing is under the console, when you open it up, I actually like to see the neofetch information. So I'm going to go ahead and do a sudo pacman -sy neofetch and install that. Yes, I would like to install. And now when I run neofetch, you will see it does that. But I would like to make it that when I open up the console, that it will automatically show that neofetch information. So to do that, we go sudo again, and then let's open up the nano text editor. Go do tilde, so it goes to the home folder, slash dot bash rc. Enter in my password. Now we scroll all the way down to the bottom of this file. I'll do a couple of returns, and then I will just type in neofetch here at the bottom. And then using Control X, I will close it. Ask me if I would like to save. I will say yes. Save it as the default thing. And now you'll see when I open up the terminal, there is neofetch right there before we start doing our thing. So that is how I set up my Manjaro.